Hello, fellow panel chewers. Welcome back to the panel chewing pick of the week, issue number 121. It's the weekly comic book show where we talk about the books we read this week. We pick our favorite, which is the pick of the week, and then we get into our ongoing group read, which is the Frank Miller run on Daredevil. This week we will be discussing 189 and 190. Next week we will be discussing 191 and 219. And then the following week, I believe we're going to try to do the Love and War.
Yes.
Love and War graphic novel, which is, I believe, part of the collection. But we will look further into that. We'll give an update next week on that one. For those of you reading along, anyone can read along on Libby or Hoopla. And that's why we picked this series, because it is free to read on Libby or Hoopla.
I'm broke as shit.
So take advantage of the free stuff. With all that said, Jared, how's it going?
It's going okay. A lot of books this week.
Yes.
You know, that's big stacks happen when you take a little time off.
Yes, they do. They do indeed. So we will skip the weekly topic this week and get right into it. We have quite a few this week. So we'll jump into the first one for my list, which is Capes number 3. It's by Image Comics. Now, those of you who aren't familiar, this was published, I believe, in 2019 or earlier than that. This is a reprint with updated dialogue and art. It's basically a Superheroes Incorporated kind of situation where they have a punch clock. These superheroes, they fight crime, and in order to keep a business like that going and funded, you need villains and crime to keep it going, and there's some shenanigans going on here with keeping the demand for crime fighting because you have a company to run. So that's the basic setup. This is more superhero for hire shenanigans. The story is taking a turn, and it's a bloody turn, violent turn, which if you've read things like Invincible, I mean, I think, Kirkman, he can get pretty violent, which, I'm enjoying. It's done in a over the top, ridiculous kind of way. There was one section in here that was almost straight out of the pages of Watchmen, which I found intriguing. I'm not sure if I enjoyed it or not, but it felt like I'm not sure if it's a homage or a dig, but either way, I'm having fun with this one. It has its moments. It's not my favorite book, obviously, but it's fun. It's goofy fun, but I'm not sure how long the story will keep me intrigued. It feels like they're building up to something, but I'm going to need more to hang on to this one. But so far, so good.
Well, I have a similar feeling here about Liquidator number 3. So far, so good. I find this story interesting. I find it intriguing. I'm wondering. It's definitely rooted in the in this late 19th century period, where usually when you think about time travel stories, you're thinking about them going all over the place and visiting different eras. But this definitely seems to be rooted in that time, and it's interesting because you have this agency and you have this antagonist, and they're using some sort of he's using some sort of tech that's not from the time period, and but it's very subtle in the way in how he's using it, and so that's intriguing. I'm still kind of wondering where it's going to go. It doesn't feel like I have a good handle on the big picture yet. We're just getting glimpses here and there, and I don't know. I know it has something to do with this book that the main character, so one of the characters brought back to the past, but it hasn't really been yet explained, and I don't know how long this series goes or if it's ongoing or not. But and if it's ongoing, that makes sense that it's not explained yet. He's definitely taking a a slow burn type of approach to Revelations, and so Uh, but if it's a limited series, then I have a bad feeling it's going to wrap up way too fast. So we'll see. We'll see if it does go on, then I think this could be a good thing.
Hmm.
Um, I think it could be something that builds into something pretty cool. Uh, but if it ends next issue, then that's going to be like, well, wait a minute, that was just way too fast for too little, you know. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. I'll hang on and see how it goes.
Good points about that one. I think it. I didn't think of it that way, but if it is an ongoing, it is more of a slower burn with the reveals of things happening. So I'm hoping it's a longer series, or at least not a 4 issue or 6 issue, because there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, 4 issues would be devastating. I think it would be bad. Maybe 6 might work, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I goofed on the list, so I'm going to insert. Have Cape have my book on there twice, so I'm going to insert another one later in the list, which is the Darkness #2. So the Darkness, I told myself I wouldn't pick up issue 2, and here I am reading issue 2. It's by Image Comics, Mark Silvestri, and the Darkness. If you've read the Darkness, this is more of the Darkness. It's another origin story. The Darkness is over the top. It's 90s nostalgia trash, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I shouldn't like it. I should. I don't feel like I should. I mean, I don't really enjoy it. It's not. I'm not admiring the writing, or the art is nostalgic for me too. So I like the art. There's not a whole lot really that interesting going on if you know the story of Darkness. I mean, it's I don't know. I just it's just like this over the top ridiculous trash, but I'm kind of enjoying it. So guilty as charged. I mean, I'm not sure if I'll pick up the third issue or not, but I don't know. It was just kind of fun. It's like ridiculous, and I'm not the kind of person to enjoy things that it's so bad it's good. But here, I'm kind of digging it. so so it is what it is.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
'Cause didn't you say that after the first issue? Like,
I did, and here I
I'm not
am.
gonna pick up the next one, but
Here I
then
am. Yeah, here I
you,
am reading issue 2. I
that's
think
funny.
it's like the covers, like it just reminds me of the 90s, like picking up comic books
Yeah.
out of the 90s. You look in the comic book store as a teenager, and I don't know, it's nostalgic, and I'm a sucker for that stuff. So here I am. They got me.
I gotcha. All right. Speaking about getting you, I have Good as Dead #5 coming up next here by David Lapham. Um, and this book is crazy.
Hmm.
Uh, it really is. It, it it's like weaving in and out of with these this detective who you from the first issue you're wondering how the hell he's still alive,
Yeah,
and it's still going on that thread with him, but then it starts weaving into some of the other character, his partner, his other character there, and you also get this this bad guy who has some sort of weird tech going on that's allowing him to do um some superhuman things, I would suppose, even though it's not like a it's definitely some sort of science that's going on that's allowing him to do what he does, and you don't know who he is, and you also have you also have some of the characters coming together to try to figure out what's going on in this town in this wacky situation, and the ending was like, what? it
yeah,
was it was horrible. Like,
yeah,
not badly done, but just like horrible to witness. Um and man, I don't know where he's going with this. This is crazy. This is a crazy book.
yeah. It is wild. There's a whole
It's
lot going on there that I don't
yeah.
think I realized, like how deep the story went. Until it seems like things are starting to come together. There's one more issue left, so we'll see how it wraps up.
Yeah. No, it definitely it's definitely on the road to wrap up some
Yeah,
sort, So it is it's it's well done. It's David Laffin's artwork is really wild and crazy, um and uh and you can tell that it's like things are boiling so much. Something's got to happen next issue to bring us all to a conclusion.
yeah. Should be a fun ride to the end, to the
Yeah,
finish line.
indeed.
The next one for me is Detective Comics 1105. This might be my favorite issue of the arc.
Hmm.
It's revealing the villain's motivations and history, and how he has interacted with Bruce Wayne and Batman, and how that's molded him into who he is today and what he's doing today. And for some reason, whenever the Bat family gets together and they all team up to put their brains together to solve a problem, it's just fun. Like there's times when I don't really get it, because if you have all these heroes, like get them together and I get them on the street and do something more impactful. But in this sense, it is kind of cool when they all come together. It has that team vibe, but still it's focused on Batman. But it's some fun, and there was an ethical question raised in this issue that kind of tested how far Batman is willing to go to solve this crisis. And I thought it was interesting to bring that up in a book like this, and to question, you know, is it worth sacrificing innocent people to figure this out,
Hmm.
to save more? And it's subtle, but I thought it was kind of neat. So still enjoying this arc, and the art's great. It's a fun book. It's not going to change your life. It's not, I don't think about it weeks later until we have to come here and talk about it. But it's a good time. So it's been fun.
Cool. Yeah, that's on my list to get. So hope it's be able to pick it up today. Um, so next I have Cul-de-sac number 6 from Bad Idea Comics, written by Mike Carey. Wacky, wild artwork by Jonathan Wayshak. And this was the conclusion to the storyline, with with what seems to be more to come in the future. But it wrapped up this first storyline, and it did it pretty well. This was an interesting comic. It was unique. It was different, and that's hard to pull off with vampires, especially nowadays, because we've seen every kind of vampire in the world come, in one form or another in our literature, and so it was. I think it was a mean feat for Mike Carey to pull off something unique like this,
Mm.
and with the artwork being really unique as well. Um, and so, I'm hoping they'll continue on with this series in the future for another future episodes or whatever. However, season 2, if you will. So, um, and we had another David Lapham drawn short story in here, so that's always fun. Just a little amusing little side thing about a pizza detective of some sort, but uh, so that was fun, and just a great package all around. Bad Idea Comics and
Mm.
Cul-de-sac number 6. This was in consideration this week, but it was
Wow,
pretty good stuff.
nice. Next one for me is Ferocious number 3. This is by Mad Cave Studios. So the background of this one, for those of you who haven't been listening, it's a kind of this medieval setting. There's a feral, which is a tall, kind of barbarian, different race, kind of killer that roams around and just wipes out villages and wreaks havoc. She goes and wipes out a village. There's one remaining villager, a small boy who wants revenge, but he is utterly helpless against her. She takes him under his wing. They go on a kind of a mission together, with this promise of one day him having a chance at a revenge for killing his family. And they start to create this weird connection as they travel together. And on their travels, they come to to this keep, and they have to, for them to continue on their path, they have to get entry into the keep, and they have to negotiate a way to get in and through to the other side, which doesn't quite work out the way that they planned, which I thought was kind of fun. And I like seeing these characters transform by interacting with each other, and how other people react to them now versus how they reacted to them in the beginning, and how they're both changing and evolving because of each other. So I really enjoy the artwork. It's a solid book. Ferocious number 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one, so I'll just check it out. Because my next book is also a Mag Cave book.
Hmm.
It's called Astro Quantum Number One, by written and drawn by Andrea Moody,
Hmm.
which I think he had previously worked with Rick Remender on something, but I don't remember which title it was. But I was familiar with his name from something else, and he's a good artist. He has some really good, spectacular artwork. And he half wrote the story with somebody else, and so I was interested in checking it out and seeing what he's got. It's a science fiction story, based on the title Astro Quantum, uh, and it's a story about a this this kid. Oh, not really a kid. He's like 20, young 20s or whatever. Gets in trouble. He's thrown onto this planet.
Hmm.
Basically just left there to die. He gets rescued by somebody. Um, and that person was kind of stuck there because their ship was broken, but he happens to be a mechanic. So they end up teaming up. They end up kind of forming this duo. Um, and it was a very interesting interaction between these characters. I really liked how that was brought up, and the uh, the dialogue between the two, um, and I really like how they approached their dual problem of trying to get off this place and trying to get a ship. And so it was pretty cool how it came together. I'm really interested to see where this goes. It was mainly just a setup issue. So it wasn't like there was any wows. I can't believe that happened type of thing. It was mostly just a setup, getting to know the characters, getting to know the setting, and the situation that they are in. But it was nicely done. I really enjoyed what they did there. So I'm looking forward to the next issue to see where he takes it, to see if we get some twists and turns and nice nice storytelling going on.
Oh, I'll check that out. That's another Mad Cave book, you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. The next one for me is Skinbreaker number 5 by Image Comics, Robert Kirkman and David Finch, which the artwork and the colors are fantastic.
Mm.
So this book is about a tribe that has a chieftain change. This new chieftain brings in new ideas. It's not so much brawn as it's more brains as it is brawn, and this tribe takes strength and their honor and that kind of thing seriously, and it clashes with some of the elders. They make a plan to remove him and to replace him with someone who is more brawn than brains. And it's this constant struggle of they want to replace him, but he finds a way to not take on the challenge. And he's kind of semi-exiled, but he's still helping the tribe with these threats that are coming their way. And there's been this cat and mouse thing for almost the entire series so far, for almost all 5 issues. And okay, like it's kind of getting to the point where they're playing this back and forth. And it's like let's move this along, because it's the artwork is great. The story's fine. I mean, but I just feel like we need something to get it moving. Like let's there has to be more than this cat and mouse game with this. We want to get rid of you. No, I'm not ready to go, or no, I don't want to do this. And he runs away, and he comes back to help them, and then they don't. You know, it's just like, okay, let's move on with it. So the artwork is great though, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, I do remember David Fincher's artwork from quite a long time ago, and he's always been great. Um,
So good.
yeah. Next up, I got City of Demons, #1 from another company I never heard of, Wise Acre Comics. I don't know if you ever
Hmm. No.
heard of them. So that was interesting, but I, to be honest with you, I don't know why I picked this up. I don't know what like attracted me to it that I would order it just
Hmm.
blindly without any research or anything into it. But I did, and it was very interesting. It's I like I you could read this in 5 minutes. There's mostly just pictures and hardly any text or dialogue. So but the little bit there is there, it it was actually an interesting story. It's strange. It's a detective noir story that takes place in like the 30s or 40s, somewhere back then. And the it was kind of a by the numbers story. You get a little background on the character. You're a detective. You get a little bit of this current situation, and it's a couple of black detectives on the force at the time, and of course they're singled out for menial tasks. They want something real. They want something juicy, an actual crime to solve, and they're not getting it. Um, and so that's set up, and then of course then you get to Act 3 where something happens to change all this situation.
Hmm.
So it's pretty straightforward as far as the story goes, but it was pretty well done as far as that's what you want in your first issue. So the thing that happens at the end is the thing that attracts you to the next issue. And so I liked how they did that. The artwork was in this kind of black and white, kind of sepia type situation. Um, a little more cartoony than like what we're going to talk about in a little bit here with Dust to Dust, but and it wasn't great artwork. It wasn't anything that's going to make you go wow. Some of the panel placements I was kind of like, but I I liked it for the independent effort that was put into it. It seems like they did some kind of like Kickstarter or something to get it going.
Oh, okay.
So I appreciated the book for what it was, and I'll be on the lookout for the second issue to see where they take the story. The story was the strongest point of the book, so and it was pretty decent. So I'm gonna you know see what the second issue brings and see if I stick with it after that.
There's lots and lots of books on Kickstarter, and some of them look pretty promising. I should really pay more attention to that and just try some of those out. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So the next one for me was actually my pick of the week, and I changed it at the last minute. And the reason I changed it is because while I really enjoyed this book, obviously the other book that I did pick had more of a lasting impact on me. Like I'm still thinking about it, and so the book I'm referring to is Absolute Martian Manhunter #8. The so I'm still not completely sure exactly what's going on, but the artwork, the colors, the layouts, even the story is getting more on a more back to be more on a personal level with the characters, and that is more intriguing for me than kind of the worldview and or the kind of the top down. It's more focused on the characters, and it has a psychedelic feel to it. There's some really weird things going on and just creepy stuff happening. It's like this acid trip, and I'm really enjoying the weirdness of it all. I think this got extended to 12 issues from the original planned run of 8, if I remember correct, or 6, if I remember right.
Uh,
But the artwork and color, beautiful art, beautiful. Just it's just a feast for your eyeballs. So I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's a good book. Probably, but we're reading Absolute Manhunter, Absolute Superman, and I think that might be it. So it's the two last remaining Absolute books for me anyway. But yeah, really good book. Love the art. Love the weirdness, the weird things going on. Just creepy, and it's just yeah, it's great. So I hope to own this in a collected trade one day.
Cool. Very cool. So next we got both of us have Dust to
Hmm.
Dust number 7 by J.G. Jones from Image Comics. And I think this is the penultimate issue, I believe, or is it?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
so, which is concerning.
Yes, I would agree with you. I gotta say, I was a little disappointed with this issue. You know, it's like I read number 6 a while ago, and I thought maybe that I didn't connect with number 6 that well because of the long break between 5 and 6 that happened that we were worried about was going to happen when this book first came out way back
Yeah.
when. Um, and I was like, "Okay, well, we'll see when number 7" and number 7 came out in a pretty decent amount of time. Uh, and, like, you open a book and the first page is beautiful with the graveyard and all that stuff, and then you get into it, and I found that the, um the action scenes in this book, because this book was mostly all action, and I found them to be disjointed,
Mhm.
hard to follow, like, what was happening, who was hitting who, like, he seemed to like, he shows a random crowbar on some guy's leg, and you don't know where it's hard to contextualize where in the scene, like, how in the fight that's happening, and that happens in more than one panel. And I really had a hard time following it. And it wasn't like there was a ton of dialogue or anything to read. Um, you could sit there and study the pictures for a while and try to figure it out, and it just it was so disjointed.
Mhm.
I was like, what happened here? You know, you got this guy in the mask fighting things and breaking into people's houses, and um, I I was really I was put off by the like, if you took each individual panel and had as a freeze frame, it's, like, nice artwork,
Mhm.
but there was no flow. There was no flow from panel to panel, and, I really found that, disappointing.
It's funny you use the word disjointed because I had that written down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't think the release schedule has done this book any favors. But even if it was consistent, and I'm not one of those people who get upset if the book isn't super consistent. I mean, I know it takes time, but I just think it's been a long time between releases, and the characters, a lot of them look alike, and it's hard to keep track of who's who from issue one. I don't remember a lot of it. So yeah, yeah, it just the story feels really disjointed, confusing. Characters look alike. It's missing something that's can kind of bring it all together, like a focus. It doesn't. It needs something to right the ship because it feels like it's all over the place, and it feels like it's doing too much. What started as a weird story is turning into too many different things, and it's just like what what is going
Yeah,
on? And
yeah,
I think, like you said, the artwork in a vacuum is nice, but I think it's. I almost feel like they're like it's more about aesthetic than it is story at this point. It's more about what looks cool than telling the story in a way that the reader can follow. And I'm not. I'm sure they're doing their best. I'm not trying to disparage anyone, but it just
yeah,
feels like there's something missing here that it desperately needs to bring it all back together.
yeah, I agree, and there was something that happened at the end of the story that just made no sense to me,
No.
um, and I was like, "Why? What?" That was really dumb. I don't know why that had to happen that way. It just seemed it just seemed uh, almost like farcical compared
Yeah.
to the tone and mood they were going for in the rest of the story. And I was just like, okay, there's something off here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Something's not right.
I think it's wrapping up in one issue. I mean, I'm gonna get it just to see. I mean, I got the whole series so far, so I'm gonna get it just to see where it lands.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll read the last one, but just because we've come so far, maybe it'll make sense. Um, I doubt it, but we'll see. See.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Where's your
I
button?
think,
You gotta put your button in
yeah, I
it.
know. Let's see. What's the trombone? It is trombone worthy, but we're not quite for the Super Mario death knell yet, but it's close. Well, actually, it's close anyway. It's one more issue, so we'll see. But I think the last one is all yours because I goofed on the list. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. All right. So next up I got Powers 25, number 5. And this is the complete opposite, where the panels flow very well, and you can tell everything that's going on, and it has a ton of dialogue, and but it's very well done, and I really enjoyed this issue. This may have been a contender for a pick of the week as well. There was just some, like I said, really great dialogue going on, really great character interaction between the various people in this the Powers Division police department, and um, and really good interactions with the people they're questioning, the people that are involved in the crime,
Hmm.
and the people that are having to deal with both inside and outside of the department of what's going on. And I really enjoyed this issue. I'm looking forward to the next ones. I want to see where it goes. And this was fun. It was a really fun issue, and there was a couple of twists and turns in here. There was a theme of playing, you know, of the corporations basically policing themselves over having the police do it, and how that works and how they interact with each other and what kind of permissions they have from society and stuff, and to do these things. And then you throw Powers in the mix, and it really makes for a very entertaining tale. I'm enjoying what these guys are doing with this property and where it's going.
Hmm. Nice. I keep meaning to check it out. I really need to.
Yeah, maybe check out the first trade or something whenever it comes out. Yeah.
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 So we've gotten to the point where it is time for the pick of the week. We have a surprise choice this week. Everyone will be shocked from both of us.
Yes, everyone will be completely shocked that Conan the Barbarian number 28 is my pick of the week. And I have my reasons. uh, besides just being a Conan stan. But no, I this story, this is a culmination of a 3-issue arc. This is the ending of a 3-issue arc that Jim Zub, the writer, uses to show exactly how Conan got the crown. That's not a
Hmm.
spoiler; it's right on the cover, so there's no spoiling the story.
Hmm.
But this was the point of the story. The point of the story was to show how Conan got his crown. It's something that Robert Howard never got around to telling.
Oh, okay.
He always hinted at it in stories where about the future of Conan the King and what he had to go through. And it was always told in a little bit in backstory in some of those stories that Howard wrote, but it was never actually detailed itself. And it was neat because you get a lot of back matter in here about um, how Howard wrote a ton of notes about how Conan got the crown, but he never actually incorporated it into one
Hmm.
of his stories. And so this was a really neat um, treat for people who wanted to know how Conan got the crown. You know, I it says in here that other writers had have attempted this back in the past in the 70s and stuff like that, but this was Jim Zub's take on it, and it was really cool. Um, and I like how he did it with this third issue in this series because he took the camera back away from Conan and had a big bird's eye view of all the politics going on, the
Hmm.
battle going around, the battle going on outside of the city, the capital city of Aquilonia, and inside, and what Conan encountered when he finally came into the throne room. And so it was really cool, and it was really cool seeing everybody's viewpoint on what they thought about Conan and what he was doing in the countryside to get people behind him.
Hmm.
But then ultimately, it was really cool seeing that scene from the cover, you know, and the bloody crown, and what happened in that throne room with all those nobles who have a greater claim to this crown than he does, and so it was really really cool. I would suspect that some people wouldn't like that bird's eye view that we get in this issue. A lot of people would prefer a closer character study um, type of storytelling, which I understand that, but I think it just worked really well for what he was trying to pull off here.
Hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the end of a 3-issue arc.
Yes. Yeah. 26, 27, 28. Yeah.
Okay. I believe I have 27 and 28. I need to get 26. Yeah, so the pick for me this week is Terminator Metal number 4. It's by Dynamite Comics. Big surprise. So the series continues to end each issue with a twist, and it sounds like M Night Shyamalan type of shit, but it's done cleverly. I think it's been pretty good with the little twist at the end that surprises you. This is the best twist. It's the most heartbreaking twist. So, for those who don't know, the Terminator Metal is this. It's a series that takes place after Judgment Day in the Terminator universe. It's the kind of the rebels against Skynet and their battles back and forth. This issue is about two eager recruits that want to participate in a mission that they are divided into, and they wonder if they should participate in the mission anyway because they want to help. But the mission isn't at all what they thought it was going to be, or what we as a reader think it's going to be. And the little twist at the end was like, damn, that's messed up. So it's kept me thinking about it. It's been on my mind. The artwork's not my favorite. But the story is, I think, in the series, the Terminator series before this, and then now Metal. There have been a couple of downs. Like there's been a few that were just I'm not sure about this, but most of them have been solid to really good. So this is the one of the really good ones. You can read these; they're one-offs. If you're familiar with the Terminator franchise, the kind of the lore, you won't have any trouble getting into this. You don't have to go back and read any issues leading up to it. They're kind of one shots. But yeah, the end of this one is just killed me. So really good one. I mean, good issue, very solid. That was my pick of the week. So that's an obnoxious sound. So, with all that said, we'll get into our group read, which is the Daredevil Frank Miller run on Daredevil. We read 2 issues per week, and this week we are reading issues 189 and 190. I believe 190 was a double sized issue. And so we will be discussing those two today. Next week, we'll be discussing Daredevil 191 and 219. Those are the next two in the collection that is available on Libyan Hoopla, which is for free.
I'm broke as shit.
So if you are wanting to read along with us, it's free to do so. All you need is a library card, which if you don't have one, you should have one. You should get one anyway because it's nice to have. Lots of free stuff at libraries, lots of things like that going on. So you can get lots of cool things. And and Jared is having internet trouble, so I will talk while he comes back. But we'll get into 191 and sorry 189 and 190 of Daredevil, and following this one, I believe we are looking at the Grant Morrison run on Batman. We'll have some updates on that as we get closer.
All right, I'm back.
Cool. That was good. I just started talking and talking and talking.
All right. Yeah, Daredevil 189. And 190. Yeah, I found these two issues very, very fun. I thought they were pretty cool. And so we got Natasha was dying from the end of the last issue, right?
Mm.
Or fading away, or being disintegrated, or whatever happens to those hand dudes. And
vaporizing.
Yeah, vaporizing. Yeah. But she gets brought back to life by these followers of Stick, who seem to have this power to counteract this disintegrating thing that the hand does, and then we get a big fight, and then you see Stick using that power then to take life from their opponents, and then he disintegrates. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that happened to him.
He pulled a Yoda.
Yeah. Yeah, or an Obi-Wan, or what.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gone. And then we find out the hand is planning on resurrecting Elektra in a sinister manner. And I don't know if you thought this was funny or not, but what's the deal with Natasha forging letters to break up Matt and his fiance?
That was really goofy.
I was just like,
so dumb.
Wow, that's kind of underhanded.
How are you with forgery?
Yeah. I'm actually pretty good. I don't know if you're any good this.
I've never tried. I should try.
I'll say nothing more than that. But
send handwritten notes to random people. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, the hand is gonna resurrect Elektra, which I was wondering when she I knew that there was more of a role here going on, and I didn't know how soon it was going to be, but it's now. Yeah, then we get the next issue 190. We get we get some origin story, some background on Elektra, and some of the path that I think he filled that in because we got a little bit before a long time ago, but now it's filled in a little more, which is pretty cool. And then we get a fight over her body, which the hand gets it. They lose. The hand gets away. Yeah, and then Daredevil goes to the Kingpin, and he's saying, "Hey, help me out, old foe."
Just leave Elektra's body alone. I mean, she's been dug up how many times now? It's like,
yeah,
let her rest.
Yeah, and then then the crash. More fighting happens. They're trying to stop this ritual or whatever is going on with the hand. Daredevil somehow, I thought he was just being dumb, but he somehow cleans Elektra's soul or something like that. I'm not sure how that happened. And then the Kingpin's goons come in and kind of save the day and stop the hand from completing any rituals or whatever. And that that old ninja in the white suit there, he's gone, and Natasha finds his uniform and kind of throws it in the fire, which was, you know, nice and symbolic and stuff. I kind of like that. But and then we skip to Elektra now wearing the white ninja uniform. So
It must be cold in that weather, though.
yeah. Yeah, it was exciting stuff, though. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think Jansen's art isn't bad, but I do miss Miller.
Yeah, you can see, like, because Miller did some pinups at the end of it, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And of course, he does the covers too, so that it's like, yeah, those are pretty cool. That's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna get back to drawing or I don't know. I don't know what. I don't think so. I think we got 2 more issues to do for this volume 3, and then the Love and War graphic novel, which is drawn by Bill Sienkiewicz, which is cool. He's really good at us. So, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that.
Nice. Excuse me. Yeah, I think the 2 issues were good. The double size issue was fun. But Elektra, give her a break. It was kind of fast. I think it had this big impact, and now she's back again. Like, okay.
Yeah. No instant resurrection for Steve. All right.
Give us some time. Let the body decompose and cool off a little bit. She's been dug up like two or three times by now.
Let the body decompose.
Give her a break.
Yeah. Well, you got to get to these things while they're fresh, you know.
I guess. Yeah. But no, it was fun. It was fun. A couple of fun issues. I'm glad because the previous few were kind of...
Yeah. No, they're definitely a step up from the previous 3 or 4.
So as a reminder, we'll be reading and discussing issues 181 and 219 next week. And then from there, we'll have more information on the graphic novel, just to make sure that we can all access it on Libby and Hoopla and read it for free. That's kind of the idea behind this whole thing, is people can read along with us for free. If you have any thoughts on Daredevil or anything else, get in touch with us and let us think. With all that said, some other pick of the week in the books. In the comics. So, Jared, where can people find you?
You can find me at the Fantasy Thinker YouTube channel, and you can find me on the Page Chewing forums, and you can find me on the Oscar Project for film chewing as well.
Long movie this week, which is the Last Emperor.
Yes, that's the next one up. Yep.
So go ahead and check that out. And again, let us know if you have any suggestions or other books on Libby and Hoopla you want to add to the list. We're all ears and open to suggestions. So we hope everyone has a fantastic week, and we hope you found your pick of the week.
Bye-bye.